Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your July reading. Just Palo Santo, clear the air just the same way that Sage does. So, the affirmation that you guys got is, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. And something very precious that I just want to share is the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is usually what kind of carries that energy, right? What's underlying that card. So you have, I am the loving energy of the universe. It's just a reminder to you. What is that wants to pop its head out? Aw, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. True that. Okay, so I am the loving energy of the universe. This is a reminder to you that if ever you're caught in some weird loop of this 3D realm only, and you think, you're limited and blah, 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 remember that you are beyond what you can physically feel and see. Okay? Typically, that's not a problem for Aquarius, but again, it depends. And specifically, it depends on what else is in your chart. What aspects there are, what other signs may dominate your chart. You may be an Aquarius sun or rising, but you may have a chart full of water. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. So what I like to do before I begin the main portion of the reading is I like to shuffle for an archangel oracle card, and this will be an archangel, or at least the energy, the archetype, of the archangel that may be surrounding you, that has a real clear message for you, an important message for you, and or that you can call upon when you feel you need to in the month of July, Aquarius. Let's see, archangel, the card. Whoa, did you see that? Okay. Wow. Okay. Aquarius, you got Hanya and you got courage. And I want to say something about this specific. First of all, this is the same archangel that came out for Cancer, which is the only other reading I did. Obviously, it's Cancer season. But also that the ruby is a very important thing, because ruby is your life force energy. Ruby is connected to your blood, which again, your life force energy, that which flows through you, your heart, the thing that pumps to keep you alive. Otherwise, not only that though, something I found out after I did the Cancer reading, I was emphasizing so much about the ruby, and of course, the one thing I didn't say because I didn't realize was that ruby is the actual stone of the month for Cancer. Or at least for July, it's the stone of the month of July. And I think I found that out in an email somehow. I got an email saying something about celebrating rubies right after I did the reading, so it was pretty funny. But what I mean to say, or my point at least, in saying that, is that I feel like this is telling you the need for courage is very strong right now in this month. And it applies to keeping your life force energy, going. not going per se as in keeping you alive, but yes, keeping you alive, but also just keeping you in a flow state, I guess you could say. And what's underlying courage is intention. You've got to set the intention to be courageous. So that might show up, in maybe a smaller way at first. So if you're confused on how to be courageous, without being reckless, well, set small tasks, small things that kind of like, I don't know, in any given day, you may shy away from just because it's uncomfortable. Talking to somebody that intrigues you. It doesn't have to be a love interest, of course. It can just be a person that you're intrigued by, that you think would be really cool to have a conversation with, maybe. But every time you see them, you shy away. I don't know why, but you shy away. And every time you regret it, too. You just are like, what the heck's wrong? And for some of you, maybe you've come to the point where you just accepted this is it. But this is not it. So set these kinds of little tasks to overcome fears and show the universe your courage. Show the universe that you're willing, that you have the willpower. And the universe will respond. Trust me. By giving you more opportunities to express bigger courage because you gave an inch. Okay, so I'm going to read the interpretation from the book for this. I don't do this for every card, but for this I will, and I always do for the Archangel card. So I just feel like it gives a really good, clear overview of the entirety of the reading, like I said. Okay, so Haniel, courage. Haniel is the sacred warrior. Okay. It seems you have recently felt your force dwindling and that you need to call upon this oracle for support. Haniel's shield of humility will allow you to feel fully protected as you face the situation. Which part of you feels thwarted? Or what thought suggests that you cannot move bravely through this current experience? Trust the courage of the wise Haniel. See yourself covered by the shield and drenched in the angelic presence of the ruby ray arising from Haniel's beautiful presence. Please do not doubt your truth. Find strength in your convictions and allow them to guide you to be a spiritual warrior. Chant Om Namah Shivaya 3 times, and the divine will illuminate your way forward. So that's Om well, let me start over. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So there you go. The light will be provided to you, and it's up to you to take the leap or take the first step into that recognition, I say, because I'm just envisioning a tunnel, of course, a dark tunnel, and somebody shedding light on the path forward. So maybe you've been in this dark tunnel, and it's cold, damp, dark tunnel, afraid to walk forward because you have no idea what's in front of you. You can't see it. So now somebody lights the way forward, and maybe there's a little icky stuff. Maybe there's some scary stuff, that's now visible to you. Nothing you can't handle, though, really, ultimately. And all it is a deep, or an obstacle in your course to get you out of that tunnel. And it's not as if it extends the entire length of the tunnel and then thereafter. It's just a small little bit. The tunnel is this long, and the thing or the things might be these little dots that you just have to pass, they're not going to follow you, especially once you surpass them. It's a really amazing energetic exchange with the universe when you do this kind of thing. When you play I always try not to use the word game because people don't take it the way that it's really intended. But it is a game, essentially. It's a very skilled or intricate, puzzling, maze-like game where you gotta use your mind for good. Anyway, let's see what's going on with your mind, guys. Speaking of which, Aquarius and the Aquarius Collective's mental state in July. Aquarius mind. Aquarius's mind in July. I feel you guys, I don't know, I feel you feel a bit confused mentally. Maybe some cloudiness going on, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Okay, thank you. Wow, really interesting. Wow, you guys got let go. It says release the desire to control the situation and leave it up to God's infinite wisdom to resolve everything beautifully. Crazy and amazing. Bottom of the deck, new project, like a newborn baby. Your actions are growing your idea into a reality. What's so cool about that is it's like they go hand in hand, you know? First of all, anytime you let go of anything, you open a space for something to come through. But also, letting go of control allows your natural flow state to emerge and really take the wheel. You know? Okay, so this is your mental position. Again, release the desire to control. Leave it up to God's infinite wisdom to resolve everything beautifully. There's nothing that you need to overthink. Whatever the situation may be for you personally, there is literally no need to keep it all up in your mind anymore, you know? Let it unfold. And all the rest of the time, enjoy your life in the other ways that you can enjoy your life, okay? It's no use in wasting your precious lifetime thinking on this thing. Because whatever the outcome may be, whatever this thing may be, is for your higher good. I definitely feel and sense that no matter what it is, okay? It's all for higher good. And look at that as I split the deck and I say that. Reliable. This is like what I'm saying to you is you can rely on this. You can rely on my word. Okay, so Aquarius' physical body in the month of July. What is going on with the Aquarius Collective's physical body in the month of July? Aquarius Sun and Rising Collective. Could be anybody with prominent Aquarius placements in your chart, or lots of 11th house aspects. Interesting. We got 2 here. I want to take them both almost. Yeah, I think, I just answered my own question in my mind. What is the sign that I should take them both? Oh, well, let's see here. What are the numbers on the top of the cards? And do they equal the same thing? Yes, they do. Both have to do with your actual health. Or both, at least both equaling out to 6. Essentially, again, it has to do with your physical health, because when I'm discussing the number 6 to you, of course, that applies to the 6th house in astrology of Virgo. But beyond Virgo archetype and all of those qualities, the 6th house generally is regarding your daily routines, the things that you do on a consistent basis, your structures, because the things that you do on a consistent basis become your structures, whether they're stable or not, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, that affects your physical health. But it's also about how you nurture yourself. So you got hydrate, obviously, and seek seclusion. Maybe you've been oversaturated with other people's BS, other people's emotions weighing you down, other people's dramas, whatever the case may be. It seems like you need a time to recharge your batteries, and I say that while I look at this card, because I almost feel it's even more than anything like an emotional recharge. Like, clear the waters while you're, in this introspective mode. If you so choose to do that, it will heal you. It's a healing thing. But while you're in this introspective, healing, cleansing mode, you clear these waters, and then you also replenish with healthier waters, healthier things that feed your emotions, or rather, things that feed your emotions in a much healthier, lighter, higher frequency, more beautiful way, generally. Not heavy, not dense, not negative. Okay? That's going to really matter. Speaking of density. But it is. It's really going to matter in the month of July. Because I sense that this is like really coming to a head for you guys. Bottom of the deck is compassion. And you know what's interesting is the first thing I thought when I saw that is not having compassion for others per se. Not to say not have compassion for others, but when I saw that card right away and I saw the word compassion, first thing that came to my mind for whatever reason right now is to have compassion for yourself. So there's that. Don't feel guilty about this time you need to take. This life that you were granted and that you agreed to. Oh, look at that as I split the freaking deck. Another affirmation, downtime, seclusion, and introspection. Anyways, this life that you chose is yours. I mean, you have to do what's best for you above anything else, because nothing else fully suffices in your whole grand scheme, like the whole grand scheme of your life. You're not fully living the purpose if you are not doing what your soul is calling for you to do in this lifetime, for you first and foremost, as I said. And sometimes we don't hear what Spirit is telling us. because we are so unaligned. Our mind, body, spirit, which is what I'm trying to aid people with here with these readings. But if your mind, body, spirit is unaligned, perhaps your physical health is deteriorating. So your physical health is a distraction in a sense. Oh, look at this. Okay. So this, what I was just shuffling for, was your card that's in the position, or that is in the position of spirit. And you got talk shop. And what I always find so interesting about this card is that this kind of looks like a tooth to me, right? Like a root, the root of a tooth. So this card kind of like, excuse me, says to me that there are some things that you, Aquarius, really need to talk out. Just let these things be spoken about. It'll really be healing for your spirit. Perhaps even start a journal for yourself, and people still think it's like you gotta write a journal. No, actually, you can do voice memos of journaling for yourself. Those are very powerful, okay? I started doing those a few years ago. Unfortunately, not as consistently as I'd like, but while I was on a road trip by myself, driving to see somebody else, just talking to myself about all the deep thoughts that I was having in that time frame. It was about a 7 or 8 hour drive. And then I left it alone. And then I'd say maybe a few months after that, not even actually, like maybe a month after that, I came across it again somehow. Probably doing some random other voice memo that wasn't another journal entry voice memo, but it was another voice memo on a given day that led me to that one for a reason. And so, I listened to that one and I gained so much insight. It was like I was, and it wasn't just like I was, because I was talking to myself in a different time. So let that blow your mind. No, but it's very cool. And it's not necessarily, some of you out there can be like, well, you're making these videos, you can listen to yourself talking in this video. But no, it's different because it is actually, first of all, very private, very personal, intimate, specifically talking to myself. And eventually I just let go. I don't even think about it. And most things that I listen back to later, and I'm like, wait, what? How did I think that or know that or whatever? Or I didn't even know that at the time, but I kind of thought this process or this string of events, I put those things together, and then only now listening back to it, those string of things together that I didn't know what they meant, can I see the puzzle as a whole together, and what it completes to be. Like, what is the imagery of these several different pieces that are complete? Because when I was there in that time, I was too close to the puzzle to see the actual image. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, I talk in metaphors all the time. Gonna have to deal with it. But for whatever reason, I've always seemed to understand anything since I was even in elementary school. Anything that somebody tries to tell me or teach me, or maybe they're not even trying to teach me. Maybe I just hear about something out there, and in metaphors, though. Only in metaphors do I truly absorb it. Like, I learn better in metaphors than I would if you're giving me concrete information for some reason. Let me know if some of you guys out there like that as well. Don't know what it is. So yeah, talking just would be extremely transformative to you. And so, wasn't I talking about the tooth at one point, right? Did I ever finish that? Of course not. One thought leads to another, talk shop. The reason I mentioned the tooth, if I didn't say this already, who knows, maybe I did, but I don't think I did. The tooth is representative of your foundations, you know? Same as your bones, the actual structure of you. What are you, like, what's the building blocks? You know, what are the building blocks within you? You know, if you don't have strong bones, then everything else is just, you know what I mean? Hey Aquarius, sorry about that. This is part 2 of your video. Don't mind my background zodiac thing not being here. I just wanted to get this video done and I didn't want to have to slug that thing from where it is in the other room. Anyways, so this is part 2. So it's interesting. Your videos can, split technically. And I'm actually technically doing this on a different day, this next part. And what's interesting also is that this next part, this is why I'm lighting Palo Santo, this next part, a new Palo Santo stick, has to do with, first of all, diving deeper into all of the cards that you got for your Oracle cards, minus the love card, which we still have to shuffle for, so that's interesting. I'm shuffling for the love Oracle. That was where we cut off. And as I just said, I'm also going to be looking into the actual tarot to get a little bit of a deeper look at all of these. So, I mean, it may or may not mean something to you. It may not apply, but look at that a little bit more deeply than just the surface value of what it is. So let's clear the air. Got some very peaceful, positive energy music on at the moment. And this particular video that I found, I'm sure many of you probably have listened to this. I mean, these meditative channels, music channels, seem to grow quite quickly and rapidly. So, but it has really nice visuals too of nature. You might be able to see that in the background. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so as I said, I have to shuffle for your love oracle. Just gonna put these cards there. My other tarot cards. This Palo Santo is still burning quite a lot. Interesting. Or is it? Okay, so Aquarius. My Venus is in Aquarius. Just kidding. And my Mars. My Mars is in Aquarius. And my Venus is in Aquarius. So, the way that I love is like that of an Aquarius. Apparently. Soulmate! Aquarius is love. Okay, so in July, what is the message for Aquarius love for July 2019? Aquarius. Oh. Okay. I'm going to shuffle once more. Hopefully, look, it's still bottom of the deck though. Maybe those cards will come out though. Maybe one of the 3 that just flew out. Aquarius. July love. Aquarius, July love. Aquarius, July. Love. And remember, this can be any type of love or any type of, deeper, important relationship to you. What was I going to say? But I do put the intent out there for, whoa, holy, did you just see that? Wow. Oh my God. Soulmate again on the bottom of the deck. And dreams is what you got. So, wow. Whew. So some of you have wow, I'm getting like a very real, deep, soulful, spiritual connection to somebody currently that you may have had for a few years. This is like beyond the limits of the body, essentially. This is spirit. This is a connection that it's like a bond that you have outside of this realm and this world. And what's sad, though, is that sometimes we can be blinded by this world, the densities of this world. It's like we're light beings naturally, right? And we come down, we gather all of our energy, which takes a lot of our power to do. So I feel like we come down here tired already, in a sense. And a lot of our lifetime is spent trying to find that momentum again, to get the energy back to that higher state. But being in this density, the fact that we're tired already, first of all, and also the fact that it is such a heavier energy that we don't even recognize it, in a sense, even though we've been here many times, many of us, that we're a bit blinded in this world, and we don't necessarily see those things for what they actually are. And I feel like for many of you, that may be the case with regards to probably a romantic or love relationship. It could, again, be a colleague, it could be a best friend, it could be a family member, etc. But I'm going to go with love for right now, with what I'm going to say. That this is a very deep connection, but in this life right now, I think it has been a little difficult for many of you. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that literally what I said, it's blind. That the wool has been pulled over someone's eyes, and somebody doesn't see things for what they really are, whether that's you or the other person. And what I want to say, though, is that that's, unfortunately, in this life, if you are unable to get through to them, and it takes so much of whatever energy you've had to try and get through to them and get them to feel and see this magnetic connection, and this, maybe it's a journey or a destiny you feel needs to be completed or something like that, and maybe that's the case, but it takes two of you. It takes two of your energies to pull together, and if the other is not responding to your energy, then or if they're responding in not the way that would create that completion, well, then you have to move on in this life. And what I've found is that many times the moving on is the last step to get to this, actually. Because think about it. Again, just energy. If you're pulling something so hard, or you're holding it so tightly that it's like it's becoming something that it never was, or that's becoming a bad version or something, bad, but a negative representation of what it was or could be. And then you let it go. And first of all, it's also not your responsibility. No longer are you held accountable for what it is or becomes, because that is not your job. You are accountable for you. So whatever it the energy of the person chooses to become is them. But you'll find that more than likely, all roads lead to home. Don't know why I wanted to say that, but all roads lead to home. As in, you're always going to be led back to your heart. Okay? And it may take lifetimes for some, or for few people, actually, I feel, especially in these times. Jack? But for many of us, these are rapid times of evolving. So yes, all roads lead to home, lead to the heart, would lead to where our soul resides. How we are alive, and how, well, not just how we're alive, but how our soul is expressed through our vessel, through our body, through our heart, through our blood, our life force. So, Jackson, my dog, keeps going behind my couch, and the reason you see flicker is because he keeps rubbing up on the plug for the light that's right there. So if you see flickering and stuff, that's because he's doing that. He's a funny one. But anyways, so what I'm feeling about this is that, particularly in July, but maybe June as well, you are having your very vivid, important dreams. That, and maybe your dreams haven't been like this in years or ever, but currently, whatever's going on, whether it's the evolution time frame of your soul in this incarnation, if this is the peak of where things really get interesting, or whether it's the universe also and the energies of the planets, particularly now, and I think it is for a lot of people actually, the alignments are very, very powerful right now. And of course, again, our spirit is linked energetically to your planet, and its expression is different for every planet. So each alignment every single day, at every different point in the day, how that changes does affect us. So I feel many of you are having really intense, deep dreams where you're doing a lot of dream work. Aiden! And so therefore, if some of you are not in connection with your soulmate or with your person at this time, and you feel helpless in a sense, well, just know that in your dreams, you can be connecting to them. You can be doing dream work and finding them in your dream. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, whoa. That just reminded me. Oh my God. When I just said that, and my heart is like pounding as I said that. What the hell? So you know the movie What Dreams May Come. And if you don't, please watch it. That movie, it seems like a dream, like where he is. But that is what spirit realm might seem like, maybe, depending on what frequency or dimension we're existing, what plane we're in. But I'm not going to tell you the whole premise just in case you haven't seen it, but basically, essentially, these two people who are like deeply in love, how do I not give it away? Anyway, they're a married couple, and some stuff happens. Lots of stuff really severely changes their lives. They get separated in some way, spiritually, and he makes its mission to find her and save her, to take her out of this prison she is in currently, that she has created, actually. Self-imposed hell. Not able to see past the walls you're in, and also past the past, essentially. So he does it, and I feel like in a sense that's what this is saying to do, that you in your dream state, since you have such a strong, and I have chills as I'm saying this, oh my god, since whoever this is for, this is really deep, this part. Whoever of you have, this very deep soul connection with this person, and you feel for them, you fear for them actually as well, but you know now that in this life, perhaps at least at this time, that you can't do anything about it because they're not receiving you, they're not accepting what you say, there's no talking to this person, I feel. So this is in your dreams though, especially if you know how to astral travel, or lucid dream. Well, you can find them in your dreams because you are so already connected that will be the easy part, and you can help guide them back home in the dream world. That's what I'm really getting. As wild as that may sound to some of you, that is like really deep, and I don't get messages that are like that intricate all the time. So that's just like wild, because I don't even know if these were that long, because it was the other day, like I said, but whew. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and we're going to clarify now. So yeah, just remember that though, in regards to your love, whoever this may be, whether it's romantic or whether it's family, friend, whatever close bond relationship you have. Okay? 1 second. Okay. So I don't know if I said this already, but I'm not going to be reading these reversed. Just not. I want the messages to be clear. I don't want to get anybody confused, as well as myself. Sometimes that can lead to that. So just remember, regardless if they come out reversed, that I'm not reading them that way. So one more shuffle, and then we're going to get into this. So again, for your mental position, you have let go. It said release the desire to control the situation and leave it up to God's infinite wisdom to resolve everything beautifully. Exactly. Damn. That feels like this applies to that too. So can we clarify this mind card for Aquarius? Wow. I just wanted to take this out because it went doo-doo. So I'm going to take it. You got the Hermit to clarify this mental card. Okay, so the Hermit is obviously, introspection, inner guidance, your inner voice, seeking solitude. That's actually what your physical cards say too. Hydrate and seek seclusion. But the Hermit is the same thing as what I was saying about leading your partner or your person back to their home, back to their heart, is that this is within you, is you taking that time within yourself to be led back home. And then on the bottom of the deck, into your inner light, so that you can light the darkness around you, because we all have that power within us, okay? No matter how dark things seem in our life, personally or otherwise, we all have such a strong light, because we are light beings, that we can light the whole world, truly, okay? As corny as it might sound to some of you, it's the truth. It's so sad. You know the movies where there's like a superhero who gets separated somehow, like Hercules, basically. I can think of that one, which applies very much to astrology as well. But, the 12 labors of Hercules. So Hercules forgets that he's a god. He doesn't even realize it, and he thinks he's just this freak on Earth, and he's so different and whatever. You can equate that to all of us, many of us in this world. all of us actually, most of us forget we're these gods. We're part of God. We're literally gods. And we were just shot down here for some tests, for some schooling, for some experiences as well that we wanted to do. None of us are here without our own consent. Because that's just not the way the universe works. In general, any energies that coexist and change anything, so change from spirit to matter, have to both agree on something. Okay? That's just the way it works. So, and you have on the bottom of the deck the Nine of Wands, which is like, for me, I'm saying here, to persevere with this. You have the stamina and the strength to continue this. Do not give up just yet, because you're right there, about to get to the finish line. So let's shuffle for your physical cards. Sorry. Again, you got hydrate and seek seclusion. So hydrate, I remember I was saying, seemed more, obviously it could be literally physically needing to hydrate. You may truly need to hydrate more, because you're not going to think clearly and you're not going to feel as energized and good if you are dehydrated. That's just the way it is, because we are so much water. But I was also getting that hydrate is, for many of you, to hydrate yourself with good things in all ways, like good music. Don't allow what you listen to be of any negativity. Your home space, try and make as, whatever stimulates and makes you feel good, put that in your surroundings. All of the senses, hydrate all of the senses with good food. Okay, let's go shuffle one more time. And then obviously seek seclusion. It's like, it kind of makes sense, those two, what I just said. So you're going to be spending a lot of time in this meditative space of yours, maybe by yourself. It doesn't have to be by yourself, but perhaps a lot of you will, and sometimes it's good to do that. But you don't want your surroundings to distract you from this process, and actually also maybe even make you harm the process, in a sense, if there's negative things that remind you of negative situations, or things that make you feel bad, So try and make your environment as light and healthy for you as possible. So let's clarify, though, with one card. One tarot card for Aquarius, for these body cards. Oops. Can you please clarify for Aquarius, July 2019, for these body cards? Oh. Wow. What are these? That's wild. Okay. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so you got the wheel. Okay. Literally already. Both clarifiers are freaking major arcana cards from different decks. So this is a major thing for you guys. So whatever is going on right now with your spirit, with your soul, the evolution that you're going through is major. And I don't even mean just in this lifetime, because this lifetime particularly is a major lifetime, a very, very important one. And so you guys are turning the wheel, you guys are weaving the future. This is the lifetime where you can take the wheel, and instead of even though you're driving really fast perhaps down this road, and you feel like you're not going to be able to stop or turn in the other direction, and you see something in the way and you're about to hit it if you don't turn, it's like that moment where you take the wheel and you put all of your strength and energy into turning it the other way, and you do it. Okay? That's what you're doing. And that's why you need, again, the things in your surroundings to be those things that give you most energy personally, whatever it is within you. You have to know yourself to know those things, of course. And you have to be secluded, I suppose, in this particular instance, because you don't want anybody else's energy influencing that. This is your power right now. And I mean, look at the bottom of the deck. How funny. The wheel and then the weaver, the Queen of Scrolls or Swords. So she's creating her life by how? By her mind. She is manifesting everything through the mind, knowing that what she's thinking and weaving in her head, she can create into existence, just like she's weaving this butterfly here. Yeah. The Queen of Swords is forthright, is very experienced in life, as you are. I feel many of you that I'm talking to have many lifetimes of experience. And now this is the one, this is like a culmination point lifetime, where this is like, you have to go within and find those things that are part of your spirit and your soul from lifetimes and lifetimes, and gather up the pieces of you that you need to mend. Okay, so now for the spirit card. Again, I'm going to use a different deck. I'm going to be using the Osho Zen Tarot, even though this is, I guess, technically not, but it is, because it has just about the same amount of cards in it, and it does correlate. It's not technically the traditional tarot. It looks much more like Oracle, but regardless, I feel it's the perfect deck to use, especially to clarify spirit cards. So for your spirit card, you got Talk Shop. And I was saying that for many of you, it would be healthy to express certain things through communicating via either words, like verbally, or writing, or some type of art form to express yourself artistically, okay? Art therapy is a really powerful tool. And I was saying that this may apply to your structures and your stability in life, your roots, essentially, because this looks like a tooth to me, I always say. And the teeth have everything to do with that. How stable are you? How structured are you? I feel like it will help you uncover certain things within yourself, of course, but also just patterns between you and others in, lifetimes that need to be worked out currently to move forward in your life, to really get the ball rolling. Let's clarify that. Oh, clarify top. Ooh. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what these are just because they're crazy important, but hello, what did we have here? Dreams. Well, look at this one. The dream. That's really wild. Wow. It's the bottom of the deck. Experience. So you have the dream. This is a card number 6, which correlates, of course, to the 6th house. having to do with, again, health and structures, stability, your daily routines, as well as balance and nurturing, self-nurturing. So again, I'm seeing so much here of the power of the mind for you, the ability to dream up or weave up your life conditions. You are seriously completing a puzzle in this lifetime. And look at the next cards that you got. They aren't the main energies. What's it called? And I shuffled that deck quite a lot, if you didn't notice, compared to the other two. These aren't the main clarifiers, but they have to do with it, okay? They fell out with it, so that's what I'm saying. I shuffled a lot, so these are not just, they weren't just stuck together. I shuffled everything really very well. So the next cards you got is conditioning, reverse, which is a good thing. It's like you're learning to step out of this. You're remembering that you're this lion. You can actually get the hell out of all of this. You can move right through these clouds of shape. You don't have to be bound. You see who you are. That's what I'm saying. And it's like a thunderbolt of lightning. This can be correlated to the Tower card, reverse. But I see this as a really good thing. I see this as like these two particularly together, showing me that it's like you're conditioning. You are electrically, basically electrocuting, coming down as thunder and lightning on all these sheep around you, and they dissipate right before your eyes, removing the obstacles through that. And therefore, in this lifetime, the ending of that is this, the completion card, truly. I mean, come on, this is crazy. You're completing the puzzle of you. And it's interesting how that puzzle piece is right in the middle of, where the third eye would be. Like you're realizing your power truly in this lifetime. You're realizing again the power of your dreaming in waking life and sleeping life. But that's really, really like magical, honestly. So I saw another thing just now come to me is talking out what you want. Your words have power, so pay attention to the things you're saying. Say things that you want to exist. So if you have negative thoughts or things that you're talking about, try to reroute that. Try to again, turn that wheel of your mind to where you want to be, where you know you need to be. You have the strength and the power to do that. Look, Ace of Pentacles. You have the power to create a new physical existence. You trust. And you can celebrate. Okay, so we're going to clarify your dream card, the dreams card for love. Okay, this is going to be really interesting. Aquarius. Whoa. No. Aquarius, please clarify love card for Aquarius. In July. These are actually kind of hard to shuffle for me as well. Not because they're big, but because they're small. Whoa, the moon card. Are you serious? This tells me that you're going to be moving beyond fear. You're going to be moving beyond the illusions of this lifetime. What was I saying all about how we're blinded in this existence sometimes? This is going to be where you find the truth. You're going to see the light. Again, lighting your own way through the darkness. Wow. And that's going to remove the struggle. You have the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So upright, it's, lots of crap on your back, lots of burden, heaviness, weightedness. So just as I was saying, that's going to remove this dense energy of this, first of all, this existence in life. And you're going to see the light. You're going to see the truth. You're not going to feel the struggle anymore. And again, whether that means you do end up with this person or not in this lifetime, that is not the point. Because you have to remember who you are again. And when you really feel that, it doesn't feel so difficult to release a person in this lifetime. Because you really can feel that your existence and theirs goes far beyond this. It goes out into eternity, okay? And trust me, if there's a situation that's not worked out in this lifetime, trust that you will be magnetically pulled back to each other in the next one. It's just the way it is. There's no ifs and buts about it. If you have a mission to complete, it's going to take whatever amount of lifetimes it's going to take, but you're always going to come back, okay? Oopsie. So last but not least, my loves, I'm going to shuffle for a animal oracle. So this may be, an animal that you may see this month. It may, either way, it's going to catch your attention, this creature's being this month. Aquarius, whether that's on television, movie, whatever, whether you go to, whether you go to, some animal sanctuary or something, and it's an animal that speaks to you, and I just got this, or it's in your dream state. I feel for many of you it's going to be in your dream state. Oh my god, sorry. I should call her back. She keeps calling me. Whoa. Or in your dream state. I was going to say, it's many of you, it's going to be in your dream state. So the thing is that especially if it's in your dream state, you really want to pay attention to the message of this being, the energy of this creature, and what it's telling you. But if it's in your waking life, then you want to pay attention to what you're thinking about, what you're contemplating before this creature made itself known to you, okay? Because it's going to correlate to that. The message of the creature is going to correlate to what you were thinking of, Aquarius. So Aquarius. Ooh, okay, that's it. Wow, Aquarius. You got the tiger. This is crazy too. For me, I'm like, I have chills because, like I said to you, I have so much Aquarius in my chart. My Aquarius is my midheaven, my north node, my Venus, and my Mars. So yeah, lots of truly life path things for me as well. But I've had a recurring dream within the last few years with tigers, 2 tigers particularly, on a stormy beach, by the way. I'm not going to get into the whole dream, but yeah. So if you, and this was a dream, so wow. If you have any dreams that have to do with and have tigers in them, this is a very important message for you. And what's wild about this as well, I feel I have to share this with you, is that when that dream came about for me, I kept hearing that song, I Dreamed a Dream, by Les Miserables, and the particular line was, but the tigers come at night. Hold on. Before I literally waste time trying to remember, I'm just going to pull it up. The tigers come at night. Dream a little dream. Here we are. But the tigers come at night with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hopes apart, as they turn your dreams to shame. He slept a summer by my side, he filled my days with endless wonder, he took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. Still I dream he'll come to me, that we will live the years together, but there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms that we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be. Anyway, I'm not going to read the rest because it's really sad. But it was mostly about the tigers come at night. And anyway, it's almost like them coming in your dream. So the tiger symbolism. I'm going to put this here just in case you'd like to screenshot and have the message on hand for future reference. Okay, so the symbolism of the tiger. Primal power, creation, sexuality, and perception. While all of the feline images denote power, tigers are particularly powerful. Remember, you're learning your power in this life right now. You're really realizing. In China, they are considered the king of all beasts. In Hindu mythology, the tiger is associated with the goddess Kali, who represents creation, sexuality, and death. Yes, death and creation go hand in hand. Just like sexuality. Hand in hand, or two becoming one, or creating one. In traditional Sumatran culture, tigers were killed only in self-defense out of fear of inspiring the collective hostility of other tigers. When Europeans began setting tiger traps in Sumatra, the local inhabitants would go out to the traps to explain to the animals that the devices were not constructed with their consent. In this painting, Tiger Eye, the tiger is framed in a kind of cartouche, which implies regal status and emphasizes the eye motif. Like all cats, tigers have binocular vision, which gives them greater depth of vision and the ability to judge distances accurately. Wow, that's crazy, because I just wanted to let you know. Well, let me read the rest. Accurately, the eye of the tiger symbolizes sound judgment and keen perception. Well, I wanted to let you know as well, bottom of the deck animal is the eagle, which you could say is the same exact thing, eagle eye perspective. Seeing from that high, you can see a far greater distance, a far greater perimeter of space. And I want to emphasize as well the moon on the top of its head. So it's the eye. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. I guess, whatever. But the moon particularly lighting the way for you in darkness. You lighting the way yourself. Okay, so that was your reading, Aquarius. That was pretty powerful. And remember, oh wow, oh my god, I forgot. Remember your main card, the very first card I got for you before I even turned the camera on, literally brings this all together and makes it so clear that, this is a real message, a very real, clear message for some of you out there. I am the loving energy of the universe, Aquarius. And the bottom of the deck for that was, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. I love that. So, yes, so Aquarius, I hope you got everything you needed from this, whatever you were, insights you were seeking, I hope came through here. If you have any questions for me, of course, feel free to email me or comment in the comments below. I wanted to say, and I'm going to say this for everybody, if you do have a question, I don't know why, but particularly this month, I'm feeling the need to really assist and do it for free, basically. So I am offering everybody, if you do have a question, I will not charge for that. I will answer your one question. Of course, if you have more, then I'll get into that whole, the nitty gritty of it. But if it's just one question, I will answer the question for free via email, whether video, which, I can do a reading, literally a reading for you for one question. So think of the question. It has to be a very important question, and I'll do a reading for you for free. Okay, so you guys can email me at ariatruth, ARIATRUTH @gmail.com. That'll be in the description below as well. as will all of the decks that I've used here. And yep. And what was I going to say? And I don't want to say that I'm going to be back in the middle of the month just in case I'm not, because I feel like I've been saying that a lot. And I haven't been able to be. Then maybe it'll be a nice little surprise. So keep an eye out if this reading really resonated for you by obviously subscribing and, hitting the notification bell. Otherwise, if I'm not back for a mid-month, then obviously I will be back next month for August. Can you guys believe it's already going to be August? Oh my gosh, I can't either. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of July. Okay? Bye.